Hannah Montana, your body is crazy. I went to court in a costume Mercedes. I push the Subaru like it's Ferrari. I wear my Nikes just like it's Takashi. Shout out to them cause I'm running up Gosha. I'm at the factory picking out fabric. I'm doing things that you can't even fathom. I fucked the babysitter in the mansion. Hannah Montana, your body is crazy.
Yo, what up, y'all?
I went to court in a costume Mercedes. I push the Subaru
Thank
like
you for
it's
joining.
Ferrari.
Please share
I
the
wear my
stream
Nikes
if you
just like it's
can.
Takashi.
Looking in my eyes when you
Yo, check this shit out. Cherry Bomb, what's good? Rihanna Lacey, what's good? Grandma Beck, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. Think Create, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. Look, y'all, if you play Fortnite at all, we have launched our Fortnite level. We launched our first level in Fortnite. That's the code right there. So if you're on your phone, screenshot it. 7088-3726-6161. Screenshot that code. If you play Fortnite, play this level, LuxxXtopia City. It's a 25-person battle royale. We just built this level, and we need people to play it. I'm gonna be putting people's music in there in the island soon, so please share it. Think Create, thank you. Luke Mack, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Give me 1 second to send out these invites. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining. This is CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. My name is Lord Sanctus, your host. And we do this every Monday through Friday night at 8 p.m. We play 805 hip-hop and R&B. And if you're not from the 805, we call that area the coast. It's that middle part of California between San Francisco and LA, the elbow part, by the water, with the most vibes and some of the most talent. So we're going to let you see some of that talent tonight. Before we get into it, I got the Mizza coming on. A Chef Wavy, thank you for joining. Taj BB, thank you for joining. The Kid, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. I got the Mizza, the one and only the Mizza. He produced, he's produced for Mariah Carey, Nate Dogg. He's worked with Snoop, Dre, Eminem. He built Power 106 in LA from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? So, legendary music industry icon. And he's from the coast. He's from Santa Barbara. And we already pre-recorded the interview, but it's a really dope interview. And we're going to play that a little bit later tonight. He has some awesome stories about, you know, his journey and the people whose career he's touched. Everybody from Snoop Dogg to 50 Cent to Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, and more. So stay tapped in for that. But before we get into anything, shout out to the sponsors. Winner Takes All is back with the verses this Thursday. Visit W Takes All on Instagram to learn more about the competition. It's an open mic hip hop competition, the only one of its kind. And you can sign up. Any artist can sign up and win money. So make sure you do that. Shout out to Minority Streetwear out of Ventura and Santa Barbara, a very dope streetwear boutique where you can get your drip right. Give them a shout out. Give them a follow on social. Let them know who sent you. And as always, this show is brought to you by The Source. Visit thesourceslo.com for all your cannabis needs. They deliver all over Santa Barbara County, Santa Barbara County, SLO County, and Kern County. And they'll get you right. And you get 25% off if you use the promo code CTC25. Siete, what's good? 805 Wells, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Like I said, at about 9 o'clock, I got the Mizza coming on. The Mizza is a legendary music industry icon. He helped put Snoop and Dre back together so they could make Chronic 2001, and he's done a lot more than that throughout his career. So he's going to be on telling his story. Witch Bitch, what's good? Thank you for joining. And he has some awesome stories that he tells about Nate Dogg, and just I'm really excited for you guys to see this interview. Chillin' 805 Wells, thank you for joining, man. I really appreciate it. It means a lot that you watch. And then I don't know if you heard me saying this, but we launched our Fortnite level. So if you or your kids play Fortnite, it would mean everything to us if they would check out our Fortnite island, because it's something that we're gonna start adding 805 local music into. They have like millions of players, so I think it's gonna be a really dope way for local artists to get their music out to the rest of the world. If you play Fortnite, or if your kids play Fortnite, I'm gonna dump the island code in the chat. Please give it a shot. Let us know what you think. We would love your feedback. Shami, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Stacy was good. Homer Rob, thank you for joining. The Real Nail Daddy in the chat, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. There we go. Dope. I just dropped our Fortnite level in the chat, so that's the island code right now. If you want to get into our Fortnite level, that is the code to do it. It's a 25-person battle royale where you're fighting some of the dopest futuristic robots, and we're gonna add a lot more features to the levels as we progress, but our Fortnite level is open, and I just dropped the island code in the chat, so please play it, give us your feedback, and then join our WhatsApp. That's the Plug Syndicate chat on WhatsApp, and we have a whole bunch of community perks for people over there, so please check that out. Young Jules, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. Let's get into some music before we get the Mizza on here, because that's what we came here to do. If you have a request, let me know. It's just $5. We accept Cash App or Venmo or Apple Pay. Our Cash App is Connect the Coast. Our Venmo is Connect the Coast 2021. If you want to pay by Apple Pay, let me know. I'll send you the number. It's just $5. Make sure you drop the link and the title of the song in the memo, and I got you. Let's get into some music. Jay Riley in the building. What's good? Thank you for joining. We're going to take it to Oxnard first. This is the homie King Harris. It's called Birds of a Feather on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
I can tell a real from a full gaze. Lucky I ain't put one in your new fade. Kick it like I'm kicking it with sensei. BM sticking with me like a toupee. Mama crying like I need a new way. Or you gon' have to come up with a new name. Said they snitching out here, this a new game. They ain't built nothing like you, that's why they so spiteful. I ain't for put you in a box with your pops saying why I gotta be just like you. And mind you, I try to tell a nigga that's a man's world, but I never said he had to be the man. So that was all you, running around the city with your hands on the money like was up urgent. Gotta put a low and I ain't budging. If it's anything over 9 bands when it come to this, watch a nigga whip. Woo. Man, them niggas sound crazy.
Devin Thomas, thank you for joining. Jay Riley says, ayo, we see you out here, sir. Thank you. Please share if you can. Devin Thomas, please give us a follow and share if you can.
But out at night, burying me with 2 things that are trying to wipe belly of the beast. I'm suffocating, need a side life. No sleep, like a body on the beat. I'm in a lobby with a freak and she a hottie in the streets. It's even crazier than me, so I see her in the future with Xavier and PJ. Journey in the bucket doing donuts on the freak. Wait, bucket, goddammit, I'm a cold nigga. And these niggas can't stand how I'm cold with it. If these niggas got plans, I can roll with them. The booster ratio of niggas. Damn right, I'm in this white man's world. Put your white girl. You see the white boss compliment the white pearl. That's all with baking soda and a Pyrex. About to rock it like NASA. I call the shit a light, yeah. Oh yeah, me and Sean Biggs on the same shit. Back in 06, fucking on the same bitch. Money hand over fist off the same flip. 450 the click and the grip, nigga. Birds of a feather. Me and my niggas go hard, so hard, tryna put shit together. Ain't shit changed, but these hoes out there treat me a little better. Me a little better. My niggas said that they.
Brendita, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Courtney Hale is in the chat. What's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind.
Niggas go hard, so hard, tryna put shit together. Ain't shit changed, but these hoes out there treat me a little better. Me a little better. My niggas said the day will come when some wind got me a little cheddar. It might be what a nigga might be. Look, I can tell a vet from a new nigga. Lucky I ain't pattern for his new shit. PM to the AM, that's a new shit. By the time I see a nigga, he a news clip. New clip, 2 Glock 9s like Biggie. So we ain't really got time for the tricky. Preach, nigga, they ain't gotta be religion. I lost mine, got it back around criminal. Grandma said I had to wear a new suit too. Walk up out of church like.
Nicole Samaje is in the chat. Thank you for joining. Please share if you can.
We ain't got time for them niggas. All I wanna do is count money, fuck bitches, break bread, drink wine with my niggas. Sell all the racks, now that everybody watching, I should do another watch. Come on. I was on the Peter Pan bus with the Wonder Bread. You was putting Peter Pan on the Wonder Bread. Yeah, watching bananas in pajamas while I was putting bananas in them hammers. Let's get it started, nigga. Knew he wasn't about nothing. Remember the company you keep around is probably who you are to me. But then again, I had to weave a couple niggas out my circle like how I wind up around these niggas. Please, nigga, birds of a feather. niggas go hard, so hard, tryna push it together. Ain't shit changed, but these hoes out there treat me a little better, me a little better. My nigga said the day would come when some wind got me a little cheddar. It might be what a nigga might be, look, birds of a feather. Me and my niggas go hard, so hard, tryna push it together. Ain't shit changed, but these hoes out there treat me a little better, me a little better. My nigga said the day would come when some wind got me a little cheddar. It might be what a nigga might be, look, birds of a feather. Me and my niggas go hard in the paint like birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather.
This is the homie King Harris out of Oxnard, California. I dropped his information.
I was on the Peter Pan bus with the Wonder Bread. You was
If you
putting
like
Peter
it, make
Pan
sure
on
you
your
give
Wonder
him a
Bread.
follow.
Watching bananas and pajamas.
We actually did a full interview with King Harris not too long ago.
My lava
It is
putting
available
bananas in the
on our
mammoth.
YouTube.
Yeah.
So go check that out.
Birds of a feather.
He had a lot of dope stories about Suge Knight and getting his first record deal, being out of Oxnard and everything. It was really dope. So make sure you check out that King Harris interview on our YouTube. The link for our YouTube is in the bio, so you can check that out. Give us a sub and a like and a share and all that stuff. Once again, that's King Harris, Birds of a Feather on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. We about to take it over to Santa Maria, California. This is one of my favorite songs on this channel right now. It's called Fetty by the homie, The Real Trap God.
And I'm feeling like the one. Diamond shining like I caught the sun. Chasing chicken like I'm on the run. Bring me 20 50s and a
My phone start ringing, me, my trap is ready. Trap is ready. Trap's ready. Dashing through the traffic like Marin's ready. Screen's ready. It's ready. I came to put the sauce in the spaghetti. In the spaghetti. I'm tripping. Look at your nigga. Is he on Fetty? Is he on Fetty? Ride around with a senorita.
strap in her purse like Medea.
I got the Shanae, she got the Laquita.
Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace, Vita.
Ran up on a bitch like a cheetah. Like a cheetah. So fast. Is you hot and ready, Little Caesar? Little Caesar? She looking for a nigga just to please her. Just to please her. Take her down the figure, then I leave.
Which bitch likes it? She says, this makes me feel like I want to get reckless, and you should, to this song. This is the song to do it to.
Following the instructions. High heels on, she'll show you how to function. High heels on, she'll show you how to function.
Woke up and I'm feeling like the one. Diamond shining like I caught the sun. Chasing chicken like I'm on a run. Bring me 20 50s and a
My phone start ringing, me, my trap is ready. Trap is ready. Trap's ready. Dashing through the traffic like Marin's ready. Screen's ready. It's ready. I came to put the sauce in the spaghetti. In the spaghetti. I'm tripping. Look at your nigga. Is he on Fetty? Is he on Fetty? Is he on Fetty?
That's the homie, the Real Trap God out of Santa Maria, California. I dropped his information in the chat. If you like that song the way I like that song, make sure you give him a follow. Let him know where you heard it first. Let's head over to the Plug Syndicate chat, which is one of my favorite places to find music. The homie T Shaheed and Mama T, aka Shami Miller, dropped this one in the chat. It's a great place for you to discover new music from the coast. So please join the WhatsApp if you're not in there already, because you can find little joints like this. This is T Shaheed. It's called Cannibalist on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. Mercado's in the chat. What's good? Chris Dollar. What's good, y'all? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. This is T Shaheed, Cannibalist, world premiered on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
Dim the lights, set the vibe and hit at night. Turn the music up, it's time. Roll this weed up, pack some bones, we gon' get high till we can't see. Shit, I can't breathe. In the clouds is where you'll find me. Too high to comprehend, but still ain't high enough yet. Roll up.
Lil Sketches in the chat. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. Shami Miller, I see you. Thank you for sharing this one this weekend.
Hit it once, I hit it twice, we gon' be high cause all this cannabis got me in a cannabis. And now we stop, just being atmosphere gon' shift in. It's so high boxing it, but my vision is clear. Cause all this cannabis, baby girl in a can of bliss. All this cannabis got me in a can of bliss. So spark it up, pass the blunt, it's only us in this rotation. Hit it once, I hit it twice, we gon' be high. Cause all this cannabis got me in a can of bliss. And now we stuck.
Which bitch likes it? Chris Dollar likes it. I see y'all.
Smoking dubs, we gotta love all this cannabis. It got me in a can of bliss. So spark it up, pass the blunt, it's only us in this rotation. Hit it once, I hit it twice, we gon' be high. Cause all this cannabis got me in a can of bliss.
Yes, sir. That's T. Shaheed out of Oxnard, California. It's called Cannabliss. And he joined our WhatsApp and submitted that, and we played it on the station. It's that simple. So make sure you join our WhatsApp. The link is in our bio. It's the best way to stay connected to the coast 24 hours a day. Also, if you want to hear any requests, we're happy to play those requests. All you got to do is send in $5, Cash App or Venmo. Our Venmo is Connect the Coast 2021. Our Cash App is Connect the Coast. Make sure you drop the link and the title in the memo so I play the right record. And I got you. Up next, we're going to take it to San Luis Obispo. This is Nico Cochise from his upcoming album, See You There. This is the title track called See You There on CTC Radio.
Blessed with the tears, ain't no way that I can turn back now. I'm leaving this earth to a different universe, I won't stop at the clouds. I'ma spread my wings before I leave, I'ma make you proud. See you there, pray you don't come down. See you there, pray you don't come down. See you there, pray you don't come down. Whole lot of blessings.
Philly in the chat, what's good, sir? Thank you for joining. Please share if you can.
See you there, pray you don't come down. See you there, pray you don't come down. Spread my wings before I leave. I promise I'ma make you proud. Dreaming on a store on the west side. Trying to get rich, but like the gold digging bitch. Trying to make a way by the seaside. I'm about to get the world to redesign how it spins. How they live in a dream, but it ain't supposed to be real. Build this up before the start, like it tests the wheel. Blacked out, I crash out before they keep my concealed. I'ma reach every height until they read in my will. I'ma speak through the speakers forever. I'm eternal, for eternity, plant the seeds that we fertile. All these tracks running laps while passing these hurdles. Legendary marathons, outliving sea turtles. The everlasting flame they can't put on my glow. Shining like UV rays on the desert flow. I was born to be the GOAT, put that on my soul. Without rap, who would I be? Guess we'll never know. Just know I'm moving up like Oscar to the top of the reef. Remember dreaming about these moments in my boxes and briefs. Watching MTV and BT, knew when I be the Don, met the Don, titties fish in the sea. Still ain't half of my potential, but progressing with ease. Cause it's a lifestyle to me and they ain't living like me. If they put in work, then I guess I got a disease. Because without a mic I'll die, see I need just to breathe like inhalers. Now inhale the words that I speak, and exhale to it if you feel what I mean.
Chris Dallas says, yes, sir. My boy Nico Mercado says, brother Nico, Mommy Car in the building. What's good? How you doing? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. Earn LPZ, Emmanuel Sings. Thank y'all for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind.
Nico.
That's Nico Cochise out of San Luis Obispo, California / Bakersfield. It's called See You There from his upcoming album, See You There. That's the title track. If you like it, make sure you give him a follow. Let him know where you heard it first. Let's see what we gonna play. Yeah, let's play this. This is Different by by Garrick Niffen out of Cambria, California. I'm gonna drop his info in the chat. If you like the song, make sure you give him a follow.
Green star.
Mama said green star.
Green hill.
Damn.
Starting to get him. Green hill. I grew up watching Steve-O off the TiVo. Fab music videos on Devo. As a kid, I would panic. Moms told me breathe slow. Nowadays, I handle stress with ease, bro. Smoke diesel, phone notes and easel. I remember Googling Crash Bandicoot cheat codes. My rash plan can induce some hesitancy from the damn dudes who they ain't got the pen of the G. They ain't got the friends like me. That either. Green room, we gon' be here for a century. That don't even make sense to me. The squad, I picked it, we linked. That sounded like offense to me. This voo-voo beat, I beat it senselessly, endlessly. A lot of these rappers couldn't handle 1/10 of me, physically, spiritually, lyrically. Dog, I'm who they here to see. If they hearing G and ain't cured, probably cause they fearing me. So scared. They can't self-reflect with all the mirrors in reach. They listen when I rap cause I clearly speak. They listen when I rap cause I clearly speak.
Go sing the hook,
I'm not the
Steven.
same, that's why this feel different. Goofy, kinda.
Mercado likes it. He says his album is fire. I just dropped his info in the chat. I see you out there, the real Nail Daddy. Let's go.
That's why this feel different. Goofy, kinda in your face, but he real with it. Got bars, my spirit is distilled in it. Life's a kitchen, gotta cook to make a meal in it. I'm on a journey like Frodo Baggins. I'm a real life monster, Komodo dragon. I got bars that could be a photo's caption. The hoes go ratchet, cause the flow's so basket. A landscape they ain't scratch unless it's on they noggins. They don't wanna see me pull up Dave Goggins. A lot of y'all ball hogging, I've been passing often. I pray my homies get the dunk and I'm the one who lobs them. It's gonna happen, I say it with no caution. Hold up, I think that's why I lost them.
Thank you for those tags, y'all. Ivy Collins is in the chat. What's good? Thank you for joining. Please share if you can.
They getting pennies on the dollar. I take my girl to Denny's and she treat it like it's lobster. Man, you off your rocker if you think I ain't heard that boy a baller. I've been him since a toddler. I'm not the same, that's why this feel different. Goofy, kinda in your face, but he real with it. Got bars, my spirit is distilled in it. Life's a kitchen, gotta cook to make a meal in it. I'm not the same, that's why this feel different. Goofy, kinda in your face, but he real with it. Got bars, my spirit is distilled in it. Life's a kitchen, gotta cook to make a meal in it.
Yes, sir. That's Garrick Niffen out of Cambria, California. From his album Gare Bear, that joint is called Different on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast, playing 805 hip hop and R&B like this joint right here. This is FG Thriller out of Lompoc, California. It's called Guap. I'm gonna drop his info in the chat. Let him know where you heard it first.
Yeah, I just want the guap. Bad little bitch, she give me top. Middle finger to the fucking ops. Huh? Yeah, I just want the. Yeah, I just want the. Yeah, I just want the guap. I just want the guap. Middle finger to the cops. Bad bitch, dead hips. Yeah, I like that shit a lot. Oh, I heard you mad and it ain't about the bands, no. I just think you mad. Yeah, you know that I'm the man, ho. Why? Watch me get that dough. If you owe me money, then you know I'm kicking in the dough. Ever play me funny, then my niggas finna bust some. I don't really trust none, I'm just tryna fuss some, yeah. I can put you on if you come a little closer.
Ernest Darko, thank you for joining. Content creator Jay, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind.
Rover, thick little shawty, tell her baby bend it over. I need 50 bands, I can see it in my hands. Well, you know I got it, if you want it, I'm the man. Always talking shit, but you be always popping Zans, nigga. I'm a real flipper, I supply what they demand. Huh? Yeah, I just want the guap. Bad little bitch, she give me top. Huh? Yeah, I just want the. Yeah, I just want the. Yeah, I just want the guap. Bad little bitch, she give me top. Middle finger to the fucking ops. Yeah, I just want the. Yeah, I just want the.
Hey, Selfish Clothing is in the building. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can.
Yeah, I just want the guap. Yeah, I just want the guap. Yeah, I just want the guap. I just want the guap.
That's FG Thriller out of Lompoc, California. That joint is called Guap. I dropped his info in the chat. If you like it, give him a follow. We're going to take it down to Grover Beach, California. This is Casey Family, who's about to hit the road on a national tour. This joint's called Poison on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
What kind of goals did I meet today? Did I teach my kid something of value and tell his mama that I noticed her work or just fuck up my sneaker game? Was I quick to pursue confrontation? Let off my steam on a nigga without ever thinking about how becoming a man never happens if all I can muster is courage to say fuck it all and proceed with the easy way. Who are my idols and what do they value? I'd be ashamed if I honestly told you I think it's gangster the bullshit I go through, huh? Yeah. Bitch, I'm the shit, now come here, let me show you. We finna fuck if you want me to hold you. I bought a ring and I don't even know you, huh? I know we all make our own choices, but I feel like my choices maker is broke.
Mama Doo-Wop is in the chat. Thank you for joining. Please share if you wouldn't mind.
To the right, whichever direction's the opposite way of a joyous and trauma-free, beautiful life. People clap when I go against God.
One more drop.
Well, So the devil it is, I can buy love when I'm rich. Nigga, I'm lit, not lit like poppin', I'm lit like I'll die if I.
Selfish Clothing says Grover till it's over. Let's go.
Bring out that strap and give in to my thug. I might die in the cell being stupid and drunk without asking the nurse about blood in my shit. Oh. Now that's vile. Heavyweight champ of denial. Down with the downward spiral. Not what I meant by viral, but nigga fuck that. I'm too prideful and too young to separate from the bottle. Like 2 months I need it for my survival. I can't speak unless I pour it down my throat. I want my kick and eat it too. Said I'm okay, that wasn't true. I feel like Drake preserved my youth. It's my way to woman. Don't make me tell myself the truth. If I don't pray, most likely lose. I'll press these hands together soon. One more drop of poison. How far can you swim? No pun intended, but Pops will fill my glass up to the brim. 6 niggas sharing 2 bottles, that joke was too deep for your fins. Back to the surface where all I can do is get faded, but all I want to do is win. Win like that Central Coast rapper that I used to envy until I gave up the syringe. Ooh. Yeah, I'm telling on myself, taking off the gloves and the welling on myself. Real nigga in the building, better fuck with someone else. I've been dead a couple times, I ain't afraid to lose the belt. No, ain't afraid of you at all. Most of y'all pussies anyway, I've seen it all. In comes the pride that's coming before the fall.
One more drop of poison.
I want my cake and eat it too. Said I'm okay, that wasn't true. I feel like Drake preserved my youth. It's my way to woman. Don't make me tell myself the truth. If I don't pray, most likely lose. I'll press these hands together soon. One more drop of poison.
That's Casey Family out of Grover Beach, California. That joint's called Poison. His info is in the chat. If you like it, make sure you give him a follow and let him know where you heard it first. Like I said, he is about to embark on a nationwide tour. He might be coming to a city near you, so give him a follow if you want to tap in and get some tickets. Let's take it to slow. We're going to keep heading north. This is Up by wow. Jules, Swersy, and K-Swish on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the code.
I'm up now, yeah, riding through the city with my bust down. I just spotted Julia, like what's up now? Everybody know that I'm a cash cow. We just run it up, we can never slow down, nah. But she's telling me to slow down. Xanax with the Percocet, I'm a crash out. Shorty think she love me and she calling me her man. I don't know, can shawty take it? This shit real, it ain't no fake shit. I just talked it with my crew. They told me that I will make it. Got a Draco with a scope. I don't think that he can take it. If he's gonna pull up, I think that he's gonna take it. We pull up with them sticks and they die. He was a pussy, I took his 9 lives. I'm a trap star. Shawty love that I'm a trap star. We couldn't make it out the backyard. So I fucked her in the backyard, yeah. Shawty love, I drive a fast car. It's so fast, it's a track star. Gave my dad a Glock 10. I strap with the FNs. Can't forget the Mac 10s. We stay locked, we strapped in. We gon' catch him lacking. Never catch me capping. Bitches call me captain.
I got expensive fashion. Bringing the brick, I'm trapping. Never do flips gymnastics. This little bitch keep asking. I told her she fake it in plastic. Don't hit my phone when I'm bagging the bitch. I'm baked and get it too blasted. I told my nigga to pat me the stick. I'm turning the nigga to ashes. Left her, now she faking. Told the fuck niggas start getting complacent, yeah. Put gas on my face, yeah. Niggas shopping at Ross and Macy's, yeah. My heart was torn like an AC, yeah. So too much gas, I'm crazy. These niggas that funny like Dave Chappelle. I'm on my way to Pluto, I used to go to Mars. My ex don't like my new hoe, she mad we live in large. I'm pulling your bitch since she was a card. I got a stick, I'ma leave in the car. I'm rich, no need to be hard. Like a throw a lever on a jar. Diamond splash water on my face. Get it bad like a working chase. Hit the dash, you don't wanna race. Got a mask, I don't want a case. You finishing last, that's 8. She don't gotta ask to go on a date. I put the keys in the crate. Kid on her knees, she eating the steak. Told her goodbye, she leaving at 8. Giving my niggas a piece of the cake. All of us getting a fair share. Why these bitches stare? This too cold, pull a bear. Told them don't look over there. I walked in the golden hair. Pastor J, you go in here.
Yeah, I'm up with your hoe, and you know it. Yeah, I got the pistol, yeah, I'ma blow it. Bitch, I got the fucking pack, I'm gon' smoke it. Bitch, I got the fucking pack, I'm gon' smoke it. With your bitch and you know that we racing. Yeah, the coupe, it's all black, bitch, it's racist. Fucking your bitch, ayy, I'ma just fuck away. I'ma pass to my bro, he gon' smash, ayy. With your bitch and you know that we racing. Yeah, the coupe, it's all black, bitch, it's racist. Fucking your bitch, ayy, I'ma just fuck away. I'ma pass to my bro, he gon' smash, ayy.
Yes, sir. That's Young Jules, Young Swersy, and Young K-Switch. It's called Up on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. Playing 805 hip-hop and R&B. Content creator Jay says, oh, snap, it's lightning and thunder in Pismo? Oh, shit, that's crazy. Stay safe if you're out there. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Lord Sanctus, your host for CTC Radio. We play 805 hip-hop and R&B every Monday through Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time on Instagram Live. All of these artists are from the coast or the 805 or Central Coast, whatever you want to call it. And they're really dope and they need your support. So if you like a song, make sure you smash those emojis. Make sure you give them a follow and tell them who sent you. Shout out to our sponsors, Winner Takes All. Make sure you give them a follow at W Takes All on Instagram. It's the only hip hop open mic competition that's online. We have an online battle every Thursday night and you can win money. So if you want to get involved and you're an artist, make sure you follow Winner Takes All, or you can join our WhatsApp and feel free to ask me any questions. I'm usually in there. So we can talk. You can talk about anything you've seen on this show, including Winner Takes All. Shout out to Minority Streetwear. Give them a follow on socials. And if you're in the Santa Barbara or Ventura area, stop by, get your drip right, and tell them who sent you. And of course, this show is brought to you by The Source. Visit thesourceslo.com for all your cannabis needs, especially if you're in Santa Barbara, Kern, or San Luis Obispo counties, because they deliver all over there. And this weekend, I went to an event that The Source sponsored called Skate Safari. And it was at this place called the Vertical Jungle in Grover Beach. And you can look on my timeline to check it out. But it's this skate park. It's like a private skate park in AG. That's crazy. It has the third largest skate ramp in California. It's a 14-foot drop in. The place is built like it has mushrooms all over the place. It looks like a Super Mario Wonderland. It's super dope. And it's in AG, and you just like the way that it's set up with the views that you get to see and the music and the vibes. Like, this place is gonna be the spot to be. So if you ever hear about an event at Vert Jungle, especially if you hear Connect the Coast is doing it or The Source is doing it, make sure you stop by, because this is about to be the next spot in the Central Coast. So Vert Jungle, check that out. Shout out to the Shebang team who put together a phenomenal event. Big shout out to Rob from Vert Jungle. I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, and I can't wait to build with that team. Shami Miller says, I have to duck out early tonight. Got a huge day tomorrow, but I shared the stream and I'll hit you, Lord, on the plug chat. I got some business to discuss with you. Yo, I can't wait to hear it, and good luck with your big news. I hope it goes well. Mind Off Music is in the chat. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. And yeah, speaking of big news, we have some big news too. Let me go ahead and share this. Check this out, y'all. Fucking LuxxXtopia City is up and running. That means our Fortnite game is up and running. Our custom Fortnite island is up and running. If you play video games, if you're into this shit, if you rock and have a Fortnite account, an Epic Games account, we need your assistance. We need more people to test this game out and let us know what you think about it. The island code is live. It's 7088-3726-6161. Once again, that's 7088-3726-6161. Plug that into Fortnite. Hop into LuxxXtopia City. It's a 25-person battle royale. It's going crazy, and the more people that we get in there, the sooner we can start putting 805 artist music in the game, which is the plan. We're going to start building really, really, really crazy immersive experiences on this platform. But right now, we wanted to just give y'all something to do. So visit LuxxXtopia City in Fortnite. One more time, the island code is 7088-3726-6161. Y'all, like, how crazy is that? We're the first company on the coast to have our own Fortnite situation, our Fortnite partnership going on. So shout out to content creator Jay in the chat, who worked his ass off building these levels and building these experiences, and many more to come. Nacho Roman, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. In about 30 minutes, we have the Mizza coming on the stream. Legendary producer, worked with Nate Dogg, Mariah Carey, Snoop, Dr. Dre, Eminem, and a whole lot more. Changed the face of radio on the West Coast, and he's from Santa Barbara, and he's coming on CTC radio to tell y'all all the crazy stories that he's experienced, and just drop some game, drop some knowledge. So tune in. In about 25 minutes, the Mizza will be on the stream. It is pre-recorded. I'm not even gonna cap like it's live. It's pre-recorded. We did it earlier today, but it's still a really, really dope interview, and I will be in the chat to answer any of your questions. But let's content creator Jay says tell Mariah to call me. I got you next time I talk to him. Let's get into some more music. Before that though, we got some brand new music from the little homie Young Jules. Just dropped the other day. He's out of San Luis Obispo, California, and this joint is called Get By. It's a world premiere on CTC radio. I have not heard it yet, so this is my first time too. I'm listening with you.
Yeah, yo bitch on my bitch, I'm like, hey. 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 Yo bitch on my bitch, I'm like, ay. Put your fingers in the sky, smoking weed to get by. Do that shit like all the time. New day, get by. Smoke weed, get fried. Fuck bitches all the time. Young nigga, yeah we living all the time. But we staying on the grind. A young nigga in motion. I just be sipping a potion. Got a nigga slow motion. No cap, but we growing. Always feeling like the old kid. Gotta go and gotta get it, bitch. Gotta get it from my mama, bitch. Oh God, gotta get from my mama, bitch. And I know you ain't proud of bitch. And I don't know why you don't even lead a bitch. And a nigga might plead a fifth. No nigga, yeah, a nigga don't need a bitch. And I see how you cheese a bitch. Oh God, yeah, you see how we bleeding, bitch. I'm gon' pull up, just act dumb. And turn 10 into a hundred. Fuck your bitch for nothing, like, hey. I'ma just fuck your bitch for some, hey. Fuck your
Rare Breed 805, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind.
getting by, fucking bitches all the time. Young nigga on the grind, and I'm
Nico Cochise is in the chat. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind, my friend.
got a bitch by my side, and she always down to ride. She down to
Brand
ride.
new music from Young Jules out of San Luis Obispo, California.
She
It's
down
called
to
Get
ride.
By. If anybody has a request that they want to hear, we would be happy to play it. It's just $5, Cash App or Venmo. Our Venmo is Connect the Coast 2021. Our Cash App is Connect the Coast. Make sure you drop the link and the title of the song in the memo so we play the right song. If you want to do Apple Pay, we got that as well. Just let me know and I will DM you the link. But we are happy to play requests. Let's get back into the mix before the Mizza jumps on in about 20 minutes. Up next, you know what it is when you see that logo. Inbox Tech, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Up next, we got Gray Hairs and Gold Grills from Lord Sanctus out of Napomo, California. I'm going to drop the info in the chat. If you like that, make sure you give them a follow. On CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
How you spend your lifespan? Just a black man with a mic stand. Raising my right fist to the white man. The old man ain't always the wise man. It all depends how you spend your lifespan. I'm just a black man with a mic stand. Raising my right fist to the
Gray hairs and gold teeth. I'm finna drown in my own thoughts, they so deep. I'm posted up, rolling OG and gold leaves. They fall in line like they all sheep, no bo peeps. I'm in the field, if I sow seeds, I'm gon' reap. I answer prayers on the late night, I don't sleep. You pray the Lord, bet your whole soul I'm gon' keep. You taking shots, but they don't land, they so cheap. No need to question, I've been asked like 10 times how I proceed through that love, hate, them thin lines. I'm Lizzie A with with a skateboard. I big grind, and since the first day I seen her, she been fine. That's my baby, yeah, I'm all dope, big farmer. Bless the Lord, it'll get you good karma. Your boy undefeated, no chinks, all armor. Niggas want smoke this summer, I'm all sauna.
The old man ain't always the wise man. It all depends how you spend your lifespan. Just a black man with a mic stand, raising my right fist to the white man. The old man ain't always the wise man. It all depends how you spend your lifespan. I'm just a black man with a mic stand, raising my right fist to the
Gray hairs and gold grills. I'm in the field for the old niggas with no chill. Even if I get arrested, I won't squeal. She say I'm strange cause she saying things I don't feel. I'm like a dog licking old wounds that won't heal. Even if things change, pain stays, that's so real. I got the juice when I walk through, I don't spill. Name me a beat or an MC, I won't kill. I'm sending shots out the doo-wop and deep banks.
La Angel Face. La Angel Face. What's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind.
Mouth fizz, you cheapskates. I'm 38, that's an old age, I'm not new. We talking dope on the whole coast, I'm top 2. It's gang gang CTC, yeah, I got crew. And every day I thank the mother God, I'm not you. Yeah, nigga.
The old man ain't always the wise man. It all depends how you spend your lifespan. Just a black man with a mic stand, raising my right fist to the white man. The old man ain't always the wise man. It all depends how you spend your lifespan. I'm just a black man with a mic stand, raising my right fist to the
Yes, sir, that's Lord Sanctus out of Napoleon, California. It's called Gray Hairs and Gold Grills. I dropped that info in the chat. If you like it, make sure you give me a follow and add it to your libraries and playlists on Spotify, because that really helps. We got about 15 minutes or so before the homie, the Mizza, comes through and drops some knowledge on the coast. Legendary music industry veteran. And I'm really excited for y'all to hear from him. Retro J 805, thank you for joining. Until then, we're going to take it to Ventura, California. This is my man Contra Man. This is called E-Slang on CTC Radio.
Police pigs and snitches and chota. Your styles, your moda, music jams or rolla. If it's a shit like this, when it hits, you're like, hora. Jobs, your chamba, your squads, your banda. Cars we call either nabes or ramplas. A shit's a masa, skinny chicks a placa. If she fat, got panza, side chicks, your sancha. Your lady, your wife is your vieja. Your mom, that's what you call your hefa. Alcohol, a beer's called a chela.
Sammy D41, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind.
Been working next to a Mexican and get called mentor. Pendejo means you intelligent. I know you like the way I'm teaching it. Go talk your slang now that you know what the meaning is. I speak a different slang. Es la forma en que hablamos. Vocabulario sicario. Speak a different slang. Es la forma en que hablamos. California chilango. Speak a different slang. Es la forma en que hablamos. Vocabulario sicario. Speak a different slang. Es la forma en que hablamos. California chilango. Your pops and dad is your jefe. A beer is a cheve. Guns we call either fuscas or cohetes. Harsh as gacho. Bullets a blow mazo. Cigarettes a frajos. A white man's gabacho. A lead as a guitar. La tira's what you scream when you see police creeping from afar. Cantina is a bar. Your crib is your canton. Your heart is your corazon.
We see you, Retro J. We appreciate that.
To go ahead is adelante. If you agree, tell him sale. If you disagree, tell him chale. If you bullshitting, tell him no mames. If you're hungover, you're crudo. A joint or your cigar weed's a carrufo. I know you like the way I'm teaching it. Go talk your shit now that you think you a genius. Speak a different slang. Es la forma en que hablamos. Vocabulario sicario. Speak a different slang. Es la forma en que hablamos. California chilango. Speak a different slang. Es la forma en que hablamos. Vocabulario sicario. Speak a different slang. Es la forma en que hablamos. California chilango.
Yes, sir. We knew what you meant, Retro J. We was picking up what you were putting down. Which bitch likes it? That's Contramantis out of Ventura, California. Make sure you give him a follow. His info is in the chat. Gerald Purify is in the building. What's good, sir? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Up next, we got the one and only OG David James out of Ventura, California as well. Ventura got some heat. This is called Kyrie on the only radio station committed to the coast, CTC Radio.
Find me, wanna find me? No Kyrie. Hey, hey. Hey, ball so hard, motherfucker wanna find me. Try me, put him on skates, no Kyrie. I don't like the way that he move, stupid. Try to run me down like Joke. Ball so hard, motherfucker wanna find me. Try me, put him on skates, no Kyrie. Cool. I don't like the way that he moving, stupid. Try to run me down like Joe. You like the Remy mine or the Henny mine? Getting cold, you need a beanie, huh? No bikini, huh? If my weenie getting cheated on, you don't need it, huh? Oh, you play me like Houdini, huh? You a mini, huh? Let bygones be gone. I ain't way up beyond like Halo Beyonce. She like the Bombay. I like that what? I like that Don J. She like that wet, wet. I guess that's okay. I don't never follow trends. I'm way ahead, turn a lot of for
Danny LM, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind.
Pan, homage to the president. They paper thin, you know what it is.
Give us a follow while you at it too.
Try me, put him on skates, no Kyrie. I don't like the way that he moving, stupid. Try to run me down like Joke. Ball so hard, motherfucker wanna find me. Try me, put him on skates, no Kyrie. I don't like the way that he moving, stupid. Try to run me down like Joke. I ain't pricey, but it's priceless. When the price right, pull up, then they peep, peep. That's a nice sight, proving to be ruthless in the boat with a doobie. That's real beauty. Boozed up, how you judge me? You not Judy. Booed up with a real bitch, real booty. Say she only wanna blow loud and watch movies. So I'm cool in the booted, I'm not moving. Wait, ball so hard, motherfucker wanna find me. Try me, put him on skates, no Kyrie. I don't like the way that he moving, stupid. Try to run me down like Joke. Ball so hard, motherfucker wanna find me. Try me, put him on skates, no Kyrie. I don't like the way that he moving, stupid. Try to run me down like Joke.
Yes, sir. That's OG David James out of Ventura, California. It's called Kyrie. His info's in the chat. Give him a follow if you like it. We got DeMizza coming on the stream in about 15 minutes. So make sure you stay tapped in. Until that time, we're going to head over to Orchid, California. This is Orchid Hill featuring Kid Jordy, Frost Dynasty, and Vuvu Lee. It's called BBL on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
Margarita shawty, sweet and sour, simple syrup with the lime. Heart over ice, so cold when she fine. Don't let it sink in, but I don't got the time.
I've been a demon ever since I saw a thing from afar. I told my team to grab the cup, I put my heart in the ice. I know she feeling, I can tell the way she sounding. I want you to ghost me, baby, where you been lately? She getting real closely, talking about the pain. Tell me why all these bitches think I am a fucking drain. No, I feel fucking safe, but I ain't what you think. Only my puppies and my friends getting everything you dream.
Man, it's still on tech. Shorty got that red gemstone with the pebbles on her back. Oh, a spearhead, the opposition. Trendsetter acting hard, I forget. I don't even talk to women. Eso Shante, can I talk to? No, I mean, must be metal, I'ma show you. Mi vida es sencilla, I must think I'm so cool. Drinking life in a cold mood. Shorty like Patron, get me suited and she bites. Any place, anytime, you know I'm down for the ride. Many forms, I got loafers with the slide. She won't kick it like Adidas, we cash checks and get stripes. Full cool, rare, holographic. Always got that pack fantasy, hollow bashing. Head up in the clouds, elevated, it's my passion. If you end up, keep them open, don't be lacking. She wanna link all the time. Margarita shawty, sweet and sour, simple syrup with the lime. Heart over ice, so cold when she fine. Don't let it sink in, but I don't got the time.
To the coast. They will be performing this Friday night at the library. Make sure you pull up in downtown Slow if you're in the area. It's going to be a whole lot of really, really dope artists on that bill, so you're not going to want to miss it. Let's take it to Napomo, California for one of my favorite records. This is DJ Dominator featuring Lolita. It's called Fast and Crazy. Can we get funky real quick? I think we can on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the code.
Fast and crazy, feels like double time. Feels like what I like. She's a firecracker like some dynamite.
Ooh. I wanna live fast and do it my way. I wanna roll one, I wanna party. I don't need no one to tell me what to do, but I got my eye on you. Imagine what it feels like dancing with me. If you let loose, I can show you how to be free.
Fast and crazy, feels like double time. Feels like what I like. She's a firecracker like some dynamite. I wanna party with you until the daylight. I wanna boogie with you under the moonlight. Come on, let's find the spot you want so we can do everything. I can feel you looking at me. I just might keep up and with luck. You'll like my ways. You'll never meet another one who'll dominate. If you're not afraid, so we can go misbehave. Fast and crazy, feels like double time. Feels like what I like. She's a firecracker like some dynamite.
Ooh. You like that?
You know I like that.
But do you like that?
You know I like it.
Do you like that?
Girl, you know I like that.
I know you like that, daddy.
You know I like it. Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Boy, don't you know that you're making me lose all control?
Girl, I'm definitely feeling that way too. Come on, we got nothing to lose. Fast and crazy, feels like double time. Feels like what I like. She's a firecracker like some dynamite.
That's Fast and Crazy by DJ Dominator featuring Lolita. I love her voice so much, man. Her voice is fire to me. They out of Santa Maria, Napomo. That's from his album Time Traveler, which is available on all streaming platforms. If you like that, make sure you add it to your playlists and libraries. His info is in the chat, so give him a follow. Let him know where you heard it first. CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. Before I bring on the man of the hour, the Mizza, I definitely want to announce one more time that it's imperative that we get your help if you're a gamer up in here. If you're a gamer, this announcement is for you. We have launched our Fortnite space, LuxxXtopia City. It is available for play right now. You can get in there and compete. The island code in Fortnite is 708837266161. Go ahead and give it a shot. Let us know what you think about it. It's up to 25 people battle royale, and you can do all kinds of shit like fucking Spider-Man from skyscrapers and all kinds of ill shit. So check it out. It's really, really dope. We've been working really hard on it. Once again, LuxxXtopia City is our first build in Fortnite. 708837266161 is the island code. So if you're a Fortnite player, make sure that you check that out and let us know what you think about it. Also, if it's after 8 o'clock right now, so you can't order anything from the source, but tomorrow, make an order for tomorrow. Visit thesourceslo.com for all your cannabis needs. They deliver all over Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, and Kern County, so we got you covered no matter where you're at. And if you need 25% off, you can use the promo code CTC25. If you're watching this stream and you're not following us, I'm going to need you to go ahead and get your life together. Smash that follow button. Smash that bell, because we're trying to get to 5,300 followers, and we're almost there. We're like that close. We're like that close to 5,300 followers. But we need your help. So if you're watching and you're not following us, go ahead and fix that. And then, of course, for more interviews like the one that you're about to see, make sure you visit our website, because we send out text updates. That's laylow.com/connect the coast. So you can sign up for our VIP list, and that will put you on our text alert list, and you'll be the first to know about all the dope shit we got going on. Cool? Tu sabe? All right, then let's get into it. I got the one, the only, legendary, the Mizza. And you guys are really in for a treat right now. So go ahead and share this. Make sure you tag the people that you want in here, because this is a music industry legend. And I'm not playing when I say legend. Without further ado, this is the Mizza on CTC Radio. 3, 2. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tapping in. This is CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast, playing 805 hip-hop and R&B every Monday through Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Yo, I had to do this, yo. Like, I had to reach out. I had to shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? I pulled out the scope. I pulled the trigger. You feel what I'm saying? And I hit the target. My man, the Mizza, was so kind enough to come on the show and talk to us. So I really thank you for showing up, man. And I really appreciate you. Welcome to CTC Radio.
Well, thank you for having me. I mean, anytime the 805 call, you know, I got to step up. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. So, I mean, we have a lot of independent artists watch this radio station. For a little background, because I know we didn't get a chance to really talk. Connect the Coast is a 805 independent label and music technology company, and we use emerging technology to empower Black and brown artists on the coast. And so we've been using things like Web3, AI, and different platforms on socials to kind of educate artists on how they can gain more sovereignty over their content, own their IP, and just, you know, not chase labels around, and kind of, you know, create a scene and build a strong community here. And so we love to have artists come through. We love to have more experienced people like yourself come through and share those experiences, but also like kind of give insights on where the industry is going. So I just wanted to give you that context before we get started. So if you wouldn't mind, I would love to hear, like, you know, what your tie is to the 805, where you from, and just a little bit about your.
I gotta smile, man. I gotta smile. I'm born and bred in the 805.
Let's go. And your background in radio, please.
Well, you know, I was born at Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara.
Let's go.
way back when it was much smaller. But I was born at Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara. I grew up in Santa Barbara, went to San Marcos High School. Lived right there on Turnpike, right before Tucker's Grove for most of my life. You know, I mean, it was a local thing. You know, I started DJing when I was about 12 years old, right there off of Cacique and Salinas, next to the crack house, across from the Fairway Market.
People think that don't exist out here, but it does.
You know, so that's where the radio station KHTY was at. And so Y97, that's where I started at. And I started as an intern. I was about 12 years old. My grandma got me a boombox. My aunt got me some cassettes, and they were old rock cassettes, Hall & Oates and Abracadabra by the Steve Miller Band. So, you know, when I flipped the switch and all of this dance music and 80s music, Information Society and Stacy Q and the Jets and, you know, all of the early rap and all that stuff came on, I was just like, whoa, what is this? And then they gave out the phone number, so I started bugging Michael Newman, who was the night jock, and he said, come down. And he put me in this closet to file the CDs the first night, thinking I, you know, wouldn't get it done. And my grandma slept in the parking lot. And I sat there and I alphabetized the whole thing. I came back the next night. He's like, you here to finish the job? I was like, no, I finished 6 a.m. this morning. You didn't see me leave. He's like, I left at midnight. I thought the door was shut, so I thought you were already gone. I said, I was in the closet.
Crazy, crazy.
Filing the CDs. So he's like, so then he started letting me press buttons when he went to the bathroom. And, then it was like, he'd stand on the other side of the board and let me press the buttons, kind of like in La Bamba, where they had the engineer on one side and the guy talking on the other. So that's kind of how I started. And then like Dynamite Darren Stone and Rick Aker and Jim West and all of those guys, Abby Bonnell, all of them just gave me a shot. And I became the night jock at about 15 and the program director by 17. And, the alternative format was just starting. So we did kind of a top 40, album orientated alternative kind of thing. And broke a lot of records, had a lot of artists come through. And the more artists that came through, the more caused attention for the station and for myself. And then I ended up at Power 106 in 97 and became the music director and got really lucky breaking, Eminem, Jay-Z, putting Snoop and Dre together for 2001. And just got really lucky.
I mean,
so
if
started producing records in 98. First record I produced was I Still Believe for Mariah Carey, Crazy Bone and the Brat. And shit, it was all from there.
Crazy. And so,
but it all started from Granny's living room right there at Turnpike and Servato Way.
On the coast, on the 805. So that lets you know that it's possible if you're watching.
Oh hell yeah! I was DJing the school dances at Dos Pueblos, San Marcos, and Santa Barbara High. Was DJing the dances. I didn't go to my prom. I DJed it.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy I've always heard of you like my whole career. Like it's funny. Like I always call myself like a rap Forrest Gump kind of because I've been around in major moments in hip hop, but I was just in the background and nobody really knew. And so like when I got my first deal and I moved to LA, I feel like you had just left Power and like E-Man started taking over and stuff, and they started spinning my record on there, and Felly just started kind of getting bigger. And I heard you were from the coast. And I was like, yo, are you serious? Like, because I had never heard of anybody other than like the Latin rappers, like on Pocos Pero Locos and things like that, coming out of 805. So I was just like, yo, this is crazy. And I was obsessed with radio at that time because it was just a unique time for when an artist could, it was different. It's very different. Like I know artists dream now about going viral and like that's a thing, but it was different when the radio was a different beast at the time. Like, and to me, the biggest thing was to get on the mix show. Like if I could get on a mix show, I know people are going to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like we can go so many different ways with this interview, but I really kind of want to break down how radio works in your mind. And I definitely want to get to like where you see it going. But what happened to the mix?
It's a lot different now.
What happened to the mix show? Why did that stop? Can we start there? Why did the mix show format stop?
Budget cuts.
Is that simple?
Cats, here's the thing, when we started, Steve Smith is really the one that pushed for the mix shows. And, the mixers were, in my eyes, the most important part of the radio station. And because they would break the records, and those were the guys that were in the streets and would bring in the records before everything else. So I was always a big advocate for the mixers. And we pushed to do like the Cali Caliente weekends and 24-hour mix marathons and all of this kind of stuff. But you got to pay the DJs to do that. And when like the new general manager came in at Power 106, my first big issue was one of the comments that she made was these mixers should be paying us.
What?
And I was like, yeah. I was like, homie, like, and they're like, why are we spending this money? We should just be playing records. Why are we doing this? I don't understand the value in it. And I said, well, this is typical of why we're gonna have problems. Like you guys don't get what got us here. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just looking for ways to budget cut and squeeze more money out of it. And instead of bringing someone in that understood the culture, that understood what propelled us to number one, they wanted to do things like, I remember this one time, someone, there was an artist, Snoop Dogg, wanted to do the Beat Summer Jam. Well, Snoop stamped us. You know what I mean? He did the Dre and Snoop reunion. He did like 5 free shows for us. Anytime we asked Snoop, to come to a ribbon cutting, he'd do it. You know what I mean? Like, look out for us. He'd do Big Boy. He'd do the All-Star weekends. He was on the air for us on the weekends as a jack. You know what I mean? all of this stuff. And when the new guy came in, and they were like, no, he can't do this, and I'm like, no, they're gonna pay him $250,000 for this. Like, we're not gonna take that out of his pocket.
Right.
Like, he's done so much for us, we can't say no. And the way he put it was, Damien, I'm asking you for a hall pass, which put me in an incredibly fucked up position, because it's like I'm sitting there with my boss who's saying no,
right,
and Snoop is asking me directly, like, screw everybody else, is it cool with you? So it was like, damn, what am I gonna? I was like, dude, and that was the beginning of the end for me at Power, because then it was like my bosses were like, I can't control him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna do what he wants, and I'm the boss here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where the ego shit started, and then it became, the I told you so shit, and that's where like the mixer shit comes in. It's like, dude, stop. The pay the mixers. This is what's making our weekend so hot. So they pulled the mixers off the weekend. Our ratings went down. It's not rocket science.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but then that same general manager would say, well, if the ratings go down, that means that the music director sucks.
Crazy.
That we're just not playing the right records. And I'd be like, no, it's how you play the records. You know what I mean? It's a programming issue. You're painting us into a corner to lose. Yeah. And then what they did was they we owned another station, KZLA, and it was a country station, so we didn't fight for any market share. Well, they switched that to a demo R&B station, which is like, an older woman's radio station, but that would take our upper end, those older women that would listen to Power, out and give them something else to listen to. Right. And I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? You took away our mixers, which screwed us on the weekend, which is affecting our ratings. Now you're bringing on a station that's going to compete with us and erode our upper end. That's going to hurt us. And then they were like, well, you're really not going to like this decision, but we rented a spot on our stick. And I said, to who? And they had said a Hispanic name. And I said, look, 49.6% Hispanic in Los Angeles. And you don't think it's going to be a Hispanic radio station with a Hispanic name that's going to come right at us? Mm-hmm. And you just rented it to them?
Wow.
And that was Latino 96.3. So we basically, the general manager and the programming staff that they brought in, because I was producing records, so I could not be the program director. I couldn't be the final say.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because it would be a conflict of interest. Right. So they always had somebody to babysit the MZA. Do you know what I'm saying? But when they started wanting to make those decisions and justify their position and made these decisions that didn't work, tell them, look, this hasn't worked.
Crazy.
It started to lose. And now it is one of the last English-speaking radio stations in Los Angeles. K-Day is beating them. They're beating themselves. K-Day is owned by the same company, and K-Day is beating them.
It's nuts. It's nuts to see. It's nuts to see the decline in radio, just because it was such an institution and discovery, and there's just something different about hearing a record broken on radio first. So like when I got my first
radio doesn't break records anymore. That's what the problem is no one will take a chance and no one will break a record on radio because they're chasing. They're not any innovators anymore. I love E-Man to death, and he's a great mixer. But, how long was he program director for?
Yeah, a long time. But let's get into
3 months.
Let's get into the mechanics of this because like for me, Power is a beast on its own, right? But like, and they can make every excuse in the world. But like in these P1, P2 markets, like, and for those that don't know, a P1 market is a really, really small market, like San Luis Obispo. P2 market is a bigger market, probably like Oxnard, maybe a little bigger. In these P1 and P2 markets, like back in the day, like when I first got my deal, I would ask like, why am I not getting played on these smaller radio stations? And they would tell me, well, you know, we have all these deals with Interscope and so and so and so. If we don't play Eminem's record, then the label rep's gonna hit us and they're gonna be mad and this and this and this and that. And in that time, cool, I'll accept that excuse. But in this time today, like I've been in the building so much at the labels, and I know for a fact the labels, the P1s and the P2s have to play the big records, right? So what is their excuse for not breaking regional records at smaller P1, P2? It feels like they're shooting themselves in the foot by not doing that. And are they making excuses, or am I just not seeing? Am I not seeing?
Well, the P1s and P2s are mostly run by independents. So what happens is the independent comes in and says, "I'll give you X amount of dollars in radio advertising to be able to work my records to you." So then the major label goes to the independent and says, "This is what I'm working this week. Eminem, Dr. Dre, blah, 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 blah." Right. So the regional artists aren't on that list. So you would have to go to an independent promoter and say, "Look, here's my budget at 20 grand or 50 grand or whatever it is to break that record in that region." And you hire them to get it on that local radio station.
Right. But
that's how you'd have to do it.
But isn't so like I've done that. I've done those radio runs and things like that, and that makes sense. Like
it's not doing the radio runs, it's doing them right. You know what I mean? Because there's certain promoters that have exclusive deals with those stations. Right. So you've got to find out per station who has that deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But my question
is, like,
is that
still Greg Lally? That's not on my teeth. Sorry.
No, you good. Is that still a lucrative? Like, even if we just look at the radio station as a corporation's main function is to grow profit. That's it. Like, grow profit year over year. I feel like it's antithetical to growing profit to limit yourself to records that are only promoted by certain artists, because let's say you break a record from somebody that's regional that has a bigger network that might inspire other businesses to buy that ad space. I feel like,
but see, radio doesn't think like that. The only radio company that's making a profit and has had record setting this year, and the most they've ever made, is iHeart. And iHeart can give a fuck less because they're mostly run by corporate advertising. Right. So they're not even run by local ratings. They're cumulative ratings. Right. You know what I mean? Like, how many people can you reach and nationally spread that across? Local advertising is very, very small in the grand scheme of things.
Of course. I mean, to national radio stations for sure, yeah.
But an artist would be better off just buying commercials of playing your hook for 30 seconds and promoting that, you know, who you are and getting familiar with the audience. I mean, in a viral world like it is today, unless it's something like Icy Spice or Cardi B or Migos or, you know, one of those big names that a label has a huge deal and a huge budget with, you're not going to get in on any of those radio stations unless you go to an independent or have an independent or have a promotion team with a very large budget that can make it happen. Because the problem with program directors today, and a lot of it's run by money.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and that's not the way that we did it at Power. We didn't have an independent. We'd never have an independent. And you could not get me to play anything that wouldn't be right for my radio station.
And that's that was a different time. Like I said, like the way you were
totally
breaking
nobody
records,
runs a radio station like that anymore.
Even going to those mixer meetings was so dope. Like walking in the building, seeing all the DJs on, I think it used to be on Mondays or something, and playing the records and like that whole experience. I feel for a generation of artists that will never get to experience that, because it was just so motivating to do.
The pizza party.
Yeah, it was fire. So then if radio is short-sighted like that, what I mean, it hasn't innovated in over 30 years. What does the future of radio look like from your perspective?
Right now it's bleak because there's nobody that's taking chances like that. You know, I wish that there was a better, better outlook But the problem is if radio continues the way that it's going, I mean, look what they just did with AM radio. They're taking AM radio out of cars.
Yeah.
You're not going to get an AM radio station in cars anymore. You know what I'm saying? So what's next? FM?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, satellite's really not working. You know what I mean? The subscriptions to satellites are down astronomically. You know, unless radio changes and becomes podcast friendly and changes their models and becomes more visual, it's not going to work. And they're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm seeing.
And it's sad because this is exactly where we were in '97 when Napster and LimeWire and all that stuff came out. They said it's going to be death of the music industry, but the music industry evolved. And right now they're saying radio is dead because radio isn't evolving. Now, if radio evolves and does something different, or just look, there's nothing new under the sun. If you go in any radio war, if you just strip down and do what made you famous, like a lot of artists, you know, they get away from their brand. You know what I'm saying? They start doing records that are different, trying to be different. But if they just go back, you know, there's a reason why Michael Jackson, when he went out on stage and he did Smooth Criminal, he dressed in the Smooth Criminal video outfit. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. People expect certain things from you. You know what I'm saying? Like when Madonna goes out there and does Holiday, she's not dressed like in bondage. You know what I'm saying? And doing erotica. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you've got to stay in your lane and play your position. And Power 106 is a record-breaking monster. And they're not breaking any records. And artists, if you're working to radio, you've got to work around radio. You've got to make radio see you other places in order to get on. It's not like back in the day where you just bring me a record and say, do you like it or not? And that's it. You know what I mean? It's or to a mixer and say, do you like this record? And they play it. Right. It just doesn't work like that anymore.
Right.
You know, it's a viral world. Because records aren't getting broken at radio anyway.
Yeah, because they're looking for the lowest risk. So they want to see you have those millions of fans. They want to see you have that community already. So they feel like
they don't want to take no chances.
It's not a risk. Yeah, which is terrible because it makes radio a lot more boring. But
it makes it useless. Is what it does. Facts. It makes radio useless.
Yeah, because everything they play is super late. Like we already got it on YouTube, and we're running the numbers up already. Like why would I go to the radio? You know what I'm saying? And there's so many other options. So I know we only have you for a limited amount of time, and I just want to give people like a scope of your history, man, and the scope of your impact on culture. So one of the favorite stories that I came up with, came across doing my research on you is how Snoop got signed to No Limit, and then how you played a part in getting him and Dr. Dre back together. I would love for you to tell that story briefly if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I met Dr. Dre at the Zoom Zoom video shoot they was doing with LL Cool J. And I had heard the original demo tape of that was leaking around the streets through, I think I got it at the Slauson Swap Meet. And it had Snoop Dogg on it. So the first question I asked him was, yo, where's the version with Snoop? That was the one. He's like, how do you even know that? And so we just kind of hit it off. And I was like, well, what's up with Snoop? And he's like, oh, I just ain't talked to him in a long time. So I kind of ran into Snoop, and he kind of said the same thing. I just ain't talked to Dre in a long time. So I hired Snoop to do weekends on Power. And I ran into him at a show. And at that show, we put him on stage with Biggie. So it was kind of like a cool, thing to kind of bring down the East-West heat, And I actually lied to both of them and said that each other wanted to work with each other. And, and the next thing I know, we got him in a room, and then we got him in to do a show in Hawaii, which led to them recording. And then Eminem came to the table. And then it was like, at that point, it was over. So Master P heard Snoop on the radio on the weekends, signed him to a new deal. Dre did a couple of records for that. The chemistry was there.
What were those records, if you don't mind saying?
Well, like Bustin' Rocks and, all of those records. And then Still DRE, he called me to the studio. It was at Henson, at A&M's old studios. And Scott Storch was in there, and they just had the beat and the piano lick.
Crazy.
And Melman did the beat, and they just had the beat for Still DRE. And he's like, so I'm gonna send this to Jay-Z. What do you think? Do you think this will work on Power? And I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? So, and then and then a while later, he gave me the Watcher Part 2. And I played that for Jay-Z one night. And Jay-Z's like,
stop.
I gave him the Watcher Part 2
that's one of my favorite Jay-Z songs. I know everybody hates the Blueprint too, but that song to me is
but that record was different. That
is so crazy,
that was my
bro.
contribution to that album.
Yo, I love it.
And you know, actually a funny song, Wet Your Lips, that's on Bams's album with Nate Dogg, rest in peace. That was supposed to be on Jay-Z's album, but he wanted me to take Nate Dogg off it, so I said no.
What?
He wanted the beat. He didn't want Nate on it. And I was like, I'm not taking Nate Dogg off a record. I'm sorry.
He fucked
up. It's not working like that.
That's crazy.
I did, but I didn't.
Right.
You know, I fucked up and he fucked up. You know what I mean? I should have talked to Nate and been like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, would have made me a lot of money, but you know.
Hindsight is 2020 though. So I have a couple questions because you've worked with some of my favorites. So Nate Dogg, another one of my favorites, and I've always liked Nate, but two songs that like really have a special place in my heart are Never Leave Me Alone and Oh No. Do you have any stories about either one of those records?
Well, Never Leave Me Alone was actually produced by Corrupt.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Corrupt did that record.
Wow.
And Oh No, God, that just came out of nowhere. That record just came out of nowhere. Jay Brown, who's partners with Jay-Z and Rock Nation, who manages Rihanna, was at Elektra at the time. And he was Nate Dogg's A&R guy.
Okay.
And he set that up. And started to get Nate on more features outside of the Dog Pound.
Got you.
And was branding him outside of the Dog Pound. And I had just put him on Where I Want to Be. That was my first production with KG from Naughty by Nature. And that was my first single from DeMizza Presents. And that kind of set Nate kind of in a different, you know, as a featured artist outside of the Dog Pound. That was his first real feature outside of the Dog Pound. And then he did the Fabulous record and the Ludacris record and the Oh No's and all of that kind of stuff. So, I mean, and then I got to produce Music in Me for him, which was
crazy.
Fucking
crazy.
One of the greatest times of my life.
I believe it. But, I mean, I remember when that record.
But I miss Nate. Nate was one of my best friends, man. I miss
Rest
that
in
guy.
peace, man. I remember when that Oh No came out. Like, I always had respect for him for Regulators and all that stuff. But when I heard Oh No, I was just like, this guy does not miss.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is crazy.
Well, and it was different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he stepped out of the box. And you know what was kind of crazy is, you know, I wanted to do, I remember when we were doing Gangster Walk, we were about to do Gangster Walk, and we did Music in Me instead first. And he's like, look, I'll do your gangster record. He goes, but I come to you for different shit. He goes, I like doing different shit with you. You know, so I'll do, if I want to do gangster shit, I'll go to Dr. Dre. But he goes, you do more musical shit. I want to do that, you know, R&B infused, you know, like What Would You Do was always one of his favorites. You know what I mean? So
that's dope.
You know, we would always have a great, Nate and I had such a sarcastic and great relationship. It was just so much fun. We would just get together and talk shit to each other for hours. And everybody else would just be kind of like, what are these two, you know? You know, like even when, you know, I played a tape for Nigel and Junior one time, you know, and said, look, this is me and your dad on a phone call. I was doing a drop for one of my mixtapes, and they both looked at each other and they go, I've never heard my dad talk with someone like that.
That's crazy.
Like, he's joking. He was always so serious. I never heard him joke with somebody like that and clown with someone like that. He goes, you had a different relationship with my father. Like, that's weird shit.
I think that's dope that you give them a perspective into his personality like that that they didn't get to see. I think that's really, really dope.
Yeah, it was dope.
Another thing. So 2 more questions, and then I won't keep you much longer. One is, it was really interesting to watch the rise of Shade Shice. That's when I really started to see your name like ring bells in the streets. And when I heard Money Owners, I was like, yo, Timbaland is so weird and dope. Like this beat is crazy, and I never heard nothing like this on a West Coast artist like that. Like, were you the first radio personality to start having huge records like that? Like that? Did you start off the trend of the Felly Fells and the Eric Deluxes and stuff, or were there? Because I don't remember that happening before you. But am I wrong?
Funkmaster Flex.
He did have an album. He did with the big cap. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah. Were you the first on the West Coast?
Oh yeah,
had to be. Okay.
I took it to a different. Flex did his thing, but he was more street records. You know what I mean? And I went straight for the juggler. We had a #1 rap single, like Where I Want to Be was a #1 rap single. And actually Shade was kind of a mistake. Like he was just my friend. We got together on Friday nights and made music in my basement, you know what I mean, all weekend, because I didn't know anybody in LA. So when we did, for instance, Where I Want to Be, the reason why Corrupt said Young Damian Young is I was rapping on the record.
That's crazy.
So they thought that was going to be my record. And then when I was going to put Snoop Dogg on that record. And Snoop invited me to the house, and then I showed up and he wasn't there. So I was like, just leave. I had told Shade, just get on the record and screw it. I don't want to just sit on it anymore. And, Sujit heard the record with Shade on it and said, this record's a hit. So I'm like, give the kid a shot. Screw it.
Scam artist Sujit.
And then, and it's funny that 50 Cent was the first artist to get $1 million. No. We got $1 million for Shade Shice through MCA.
I remember hearing that. Like,
he was the first artist, period, to get $1 million advance from a record.
That's crazy. When you say Sujit, you mean scam artist Sujit?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's
well,
crazy.
Sujit, I brought Sujit from UCSB in Santa Barbara.
What?
Yeah, he was going to UCSB. I found him at UCSB. He was my partner.
I did not know that either, bro.
I helped him promote on State Street. We were doing shows on State Street, and he did Mobb Deep and Biggie and all these shows in Santa Barbara, rapping Forte, all of these. And I said, come on. And I brought him with me to LA.
That's crazy, bro. The 805 has so many ties to like historic moments, and like people don't even know it.
Yeah.
Lastly, I would love to just hear about your experience producing for Mariah Carey. Like that, it just doesn't get much bigger than that. That's just insane. And speak to like the value of owning, your publishing and your masters and just your IP rights, because a lot of people out on the coast don't understand the power of publishing checks and things like that. So,
first record I ever did for her was I Still Believe, and it was a sample, and this covers, and it was a sample of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Pure Imagination. Well, that was written by Leslie Bricusse and Anthony Newley. So to speak on publishing, I didn't get any publishing on I Still Believe because it was a remake of a Brenda K. Starr record, and then it was a sample from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Whoa.
So one day, Mariah calls me up and says, look, we're going to get on the phone with Leslie Bricusse and Anthony Newley and explain to them what a sample is, because they think we're just stealing their song. So the most wise thing as far as publishing I've ever learned in my life came from Leslie Bricusse. And he said, look, so I explained to him what was sampling and a replay and what we were doing and kind of paying homage to the song. And he said, look, I don't want any more or any less than anyone else. I just want to be treated fairly. So if we can split the publishing on this record between all of us, the original writer of I Still Believe, not even us, just the original writer of I Still Believe. Mariah didn't get any publishing on that. You know what I mean? It was a remix of a remake. So Leslie Bricusse and Anthony Newley and Brenda K. Starr got that publishing. But, if I could go back and tell a young Demiza, publishing is like your passive income. Your kids, your grandkids, your grandkids, long after you're gone, will get your publishing checks. And it's like basically putting a tree in the ground and that tree providing fruit for your family for the rest of their lives. So when you write a record, or you have any success with a record, or even don't have success with a lot, because look, the more records that you have out, give you pennies. You know what I mean? So if you have 100 pennies, it's the same as one record that gives you 100 pennies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So if you have 1,000 records and each of them give you $1 a piece, then that's $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what you write or what you put out, you always register your publishing, whether it's BMI or ASCAP or whatever, because there's hundreds of records that I've done. And, you know, some of them make 20 cents, some of them make 500, some of them make $1,000 per, you know, quarter.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get paid per quarter, 4 times a year, and that money helps.
1,000%. And make sure you set up your publishing company, because it's not enough to just register the song. I have so many songs and movies that I had to retroactively go back and get under my publishing company, because I thought just because I registered it, I was going to get a check, and those checks never came. And you can only retroactively, I think you can only go back for the money like a year or something like that.
Well, and if you get an admin deal, which is what I did, and, you know, they take 20%, but they find money in weird places that you would never find.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so I have a great deal with Blue Water. Peter at Blue Water is just an amazing guy. And he finds, like the Netherlands, I'll get some weird 10 cents from the Netherlands on...
That's dope, though.
some unheard artist that I forgot I produced in 99.
That's hard as fuck. I love that. I love that. So
it you know, it's always good to chase your publishing.
Moral of the story: if you can afford it, get your pub admin. At the very least, register your own publishing company and have your publishing on deck.
You want one of the greatest stories that I could say in Santa Barbara was I went to Metropolitan Theaters when it first opened in Goleta at the Costco Center, whatever the hell that is. And I took my little brothers, and it was the very first Fast and Furious that played.
Okay.
And I did the main racing scene with Ja Rule.
That's crazy.
Life Ain't a Game. I produced that song.
That's dope.
And so watching that movie with my little brothers, Jason and Nick, in Santa Barbara, I drove from LA. I was working at Power. I took the weekend off. I took my little brothers to it. They knew the song because they knew, you know, I had done it, was on the Demiza Presents album. And when they heard it come on, they were just like, my brother's so cool. You know what I mean? So
there's nothing like that moment.
And they were only like 5 and 10 or whatever it was. But, you know, it was just amazing, you know, to be an 805 kid that came from right down the street to be watching that in the movie theater at you know.
And knowing
an
that
MTC
that movie is impacting the world too. That's huge.
It just blew me away, man. That was one of the greatest nights of my life.
That's super dope, man. That's super dope. Well,
and then staying through the credits and looking at it and seeing my name on the thing. Look, Nick, look, Jason, look.
Yo, that's the best part right there.
That was cool.
That's the best part. Well, look, man. I mean, I'm not.
And we also had Nate Dogg Cali disease on that album.
Really?
Too. Yeah, Nate Dogg Shade Shiest Cali disease was on the Fast and Furious 1 album.
Right. Oh, so you was getting placements left and right over there, man.
Oh hell yeah, Murder Inc. Love me.
I see all them plaques in the back. I know they had to come from somewhere. So, man, look, I'm not gonna keep you all night. I could, because you have so many dope stories, man. I would love for you to come back whenever you have time and just like, you know, keep blessing the coast. This means so much, man. I really, really appreciate you. Is there anything that you're working on that my community can support right now?
Well, speaking of the 805, I got a new record with TMK coming out. He's from Camarillo. Okay. And we did the weekend with remix with Cap G, and Bams was on it. Bam's got some stuff coming out. We're doing a lot of stuff, but the next thing that's gonna come is TMK.
Okay, so we'll look him up.
So I'm really excited about that because TMK is fucking amazing, man. Great writer, great producer in his own right, great engineer, and I can't wait for that to happen.
Send me the video, send me the links. I'll be happy to play it all day, every day on CTC Radio, and we'd love to have him on as well and come chop it up with the people.
I will connect you. TMK is a great guy. You'll love him.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I really appreciate you. Have a great night, and I'll definitely be in touch, and hopefully we can make this happen again, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Shoot me a link to this. I want to see it when it comes out.
Yes, sir. I got you. Yo, so that's the man, the myth, the legend, the Mizza. Gentleman 805, thank you for tapping in. Would I let somebody freestyle? we have a different platform for that. It's called Winner Takes All. Follow W Takes All. But if you know what, gentlemen, hop in the WhatsApp chat and let's figure that out. Because if people want to come on and freestyle, and let's figure out a way to get them on a freestyle. So the WhatsApp link is in the link in our bio. Go ahead and tap that link and join. Gentleman 805. And we'll figure out a way to make that happen if enough people want to do it. Shami Miller says, big facts. We could just fine tune this year and project the CTC Tour 2024, speaking that into existence. Yo, I like that. Manifesting energy is giving a success. And that's what we need. If you're just tapping in, thank you so much. This is CTC Radio. We just got off the line with the Mizza, who is a legendary producer. Probably one of the most legendary people we've had on the platform so far. And I really want to thank you for his time. But let's get into some more music. That's what we're here for. We're here for 805 music. And he was just talking about Goleta. And this next artist is from Goleta. But I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What's going on? It's your boy Mowgli. You're watching Plays Anthem on CTC Radio. Tap in, baby. You know the vibes.
You can never take it from me, cause I'm gonna hold it down. Motherfuckers speaking on my name and never said a word. It's time to teach a lesson, time these motherfuckers learn. So watch your step, don't play with fire and get burned. I've been waiting for my time, so you better wait your turn. You can't take a
Norma Erica, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Shami Miller is putting a gentleman 805 on game, saying that's what winner takes all is. Definitely follow W Takes All on Instagram, a gentleman. It's a very dope competition.
No, I can never switch up. Give a fuck what they say about me. Give a fuck what you think about me. At the end of the day, yeah, it's all on me. Yeah, it's all on me. Stuck in my ways. No, you can't change me. No, you can't change me. At the end of the day, yeah, it's all on me. Yeah, it's all on me. Yeah, it's all on me. Stuck in my ways. No, you can't change me. No, you can't change me. No, you can't. I can't change for nobody. I can only be myself. Play your cards right. Better play the hand you dealt. I can stand on my own. I don't need nobody help. I'm still trying to forget all the feelings that I felt. So I crack another bottle. I drink until it's hollow.
Yup, link is in the bio.
Sometimes I just wanna let this go, but I can't. So think it's time that I let you know that you can go anywhere, you can find anyone, but you'll never find another one just like me. Under the moon, under the sun, I get it done, I never run. What can I say? You know I feel so free. Catch me on the late night, out on the creek, putting in this work while you motherfuckers sleep. Early morning, late nights, but it's nothing to a G. I begin to this paper every day, I gotta eat. At the end of the day, yeah, it's all on me. Yeah, it's all on me. Stuck in my ways. No, you can't change me. No, you can't change me. At the end of the day, yeah, it's all on me. Yeah, it's all on me. Yeah, it's all on me. Stuck in my ways. No, you can't change me. No, you can't change me. No, you can't change
me. Yes, sir. That's the homie Mowgli out of Goleta, California. It's called Players Anthem on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. I like what's happening in this chat right now. If you just joined, one of the best creative directors and visual directors on the coast, Angela DePrater, said, let's all throw in $500. Everyone we know, get a tour bus and film this whole rise of the coast and shoot a documentary. Yo, if you're really about that life and you really want to do that as an artist, hop in the WhatsApp chat. Let's build this out together. Let's figure out what it would cost and what we need to do. Because if Angelo is going to shoot something like this, I promise it's going to come out to be a masterpiece. And if you're a talented artist and you believe in your music, then you should definitely invest in that. And we're gonna try to figure this out in the chat. So hop in the WhatsApp. The link is in our bio. One Triggs, thank you for joining. This is Lord Sanctus out in Napomo, California. It's called Attention on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
Tiger, Nicky, Drake, I make the bed rock. Bend her over, pulling on her dreadlocks. Ratchet bitches like to play the Xbox. Roll some weed and watch a little red box. Then I knock the pussy out the park. Like a nigga playing for the Red Sox. Baby girl a creep when I sleep. She go through my shit. Never catch me slipping. MC Hammer, bitch, I'm too legit. Always tryna argue, fussing, fighting on some stupid shit. I think I know what to do. My baby just needs some attention. When she get the trippin', scrolling through all of my messages and mentions. I ain't never worried cause I know my baby just needs some.
Hey, gentlemen, the link for the WhatsApp is in our Instagram bio. You can just tap the link in our bio and then tap the WhatsApp link and it should take you straight to the chat. Angelo the Prater says, I feel like Ventura Oxnard is up next. There's definitely some dope artists coming out there, like old school beats and flows are coming back. That's a fact. Daddy Lulu, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. If you wouldn't mind sharing.
She need attention. Got one eye on her like I'm Fetty, ooh. Give it to her every time she let me, ooh. All up in the dreams, I think I'm Freddy, ooh. Left for other nigga, he was petty, ooh.
Let's go.
Settle down, don't think I'm ready to. Even though that pussy on a pedestal. Focused on the future that's ahead of you. Even though the present is incredible, cause you need more attention, yeah. Girl, I'm working on it. It feel like you only happy when you twerking on it. Ooh, that pussy super wet, feel like I'm surfing on it.
Angelo the Prater says, so what's it feel like to be the best overall on the coast though? For real. You just you just understand that shit. Yo, I appreciate that, bro. I mean, I need numbers to say that though. You know what I'm saying? Once we have a hit record, then I can answer that question. Until that time, I'ma just, I'ma keep doing what I'm doing.
You get the trippin', scrolling through all of my messages and mentions. I ain't never worried cause I know my baby just needs some attention, yeah. She say she love the Lord with all her heart, she ain't even Christian.
King Harris Superstar is in the chat. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can, sir.
She need attention. She need attention, yeah. She need attention.
California. It's called Attention. I drop my info in the chat if you like that. Make sure you give me a follow. I feel like that's the last beat I produced. I don't know how I made that beat, man, but I like it. It's weird. It's weird and it's monotonous, but I like it. Let's get into a request. Hot off the presses. If any of you have a request, please let me know. I would be happy to play it. It's just $5, Cash App or Venmo. Our Venmo is Connect the Coast 2021. Our Cash App is Connect the Coast. Make sure you send that $5 and put the title and the link in the memo, and I will make sure that I play your song just like I'm about to play this one. It's called Psalm 713 by Shorty Doo-Wop from his album On My Soul. This is one of my favorite songs from that album, and you're about to find out why after this commercial. Sean Jeezy, thank you for joining. Mowgli in the chat. Music is Keys in the chat. VK Fit 77, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. This is Shorty Doo-Wop, Psalm 713.
It's under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to win and a time to lose, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time to war and a time to peace.
I wanna be a man of peace, y'all rather see a killer. Generation of bitches with bullets trying to prove who real. Why can't we just live in peace like everybody else? We got a chance of dying every time we leave the house. I thank God for the extra 24 that I was given. Forgive me for my motherfucking sins and how I'm living. If the prophets in the Bible lived today, they would've been strapped. If Jesus had a Glock, he would've pushed Judas' wig back and tic-tac. Told the motherfuckers up for real. When I turned back the hands, it's time to find the wounds to heal. Your dyer told me God hired you but didn't employ them. For your foes praying, if they disobey, destroy them. Enemies get struck by lightning fucking with me. If they got something to say, I'ma give them something to see. Y'all wouldn't blasphemy, that's blasphemy. In my past, I'm bleeding. Bust at y'all till I'm the last one breathing. Psalm 7:13. Go to war to find peace. Take to the ceiling what's on the floor times 3. Sometimes we gotta go through hell just to reach heaven. The 3 wise men, the 3 kings, the 3 legends. Told me every foe that you got was once a friend. Who really gon' ride to the motherfucking end? I ain't tryna sin, I'm tryna win against these busters. Psalm 7:13.
This motherfucker so cold.
Y'all wanna go Penn State to the state pen? What used to be considered watered down became trends. Like rappers talking about all of the shit that ain't them. But I can't knock nobody for the shit that pays them. The same sins that I gotta suffer for, y'all promoting. The same laws the lawmakers made, they done broke them. Or would I trust the system if they set me up to fail? Ain't no pussy, ain't no Smith & Wessons up in jail.
So how would so-called real motherfuckers survive if it ain't about some hoes or getting drunk or getting high? Y'all ain't trying to hear it, homie, let's just be honest. When motherfuckers die, the only time we pay homage in your projects is your palace, it's your kingdom, motherfucker. Practice what you preach, don't what you teach, motherfucker. Just saying the world is mine, that ain't enough. The world's more like a fine-ass bitch I've been trying to fuck. I'm turning dust into diamonds, y'all turning sugar to shit. Either get fucked out your money or move like sugar in this bitch. Mama said fuck 50-50, give yo 100%. Ain't trying to be no shoulda, coulda, woulda been rich. And if I do, then I'm damned. But if I don't, then I'm dead. I'd rather get caught with it than without the shit instead. And all the tears I shed is blood in my eye. When the slugs fly, that's how it sound when thugs cry. Come fly with an angel on my wings getting clipped. Devils coming off complexions, one shade of evil exists. My life been under attack, y'all just ain't seeing this shit. My charm and my poetry is how I sing to a bitch. Do y'all believe in my shit or am I just a false religion? A cult-like leader who's leading y'all straight to prison. I'm more than just a number for y'all to incarcerate. If I'm going out, I guess I'm going out like Scarface. Psalm 7:13. Go to war to find peace. Take to the ceiling what's on the floor times 3. Sometimes we gotta go through hell just to reach heaven. The 3 wise men, the 3 kings, the 3 legends. Told me every foe that you got was once a friend. Who really gon' ride to the motherfucking end? I ain't tryna sin, I'm tryna win against these busters. Psalm 7:13. Amen, motherfucker.
Yes, sir. That's Shorty Doo-Wop out of Santa Maria, California. That's called Psalm 7:13 from his album On My Soul, which is available on Spotify. Make sure you add that to your playlist and your libraries. I believe he's in the chat as well, so you can give him a follow if you really like that one. Let's take it back from the top on this one. This is Jay Riley out of San Luis Obispo, California, featuring OG David James. It's called 25 on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
She looking for 30s, big bag, call it Birkin. Big man see me working, they big mad when she leaving with me. Ay, ay, yeah, yeah.
It's Jay, baby.
Broke heart with the thick hips, red hair with the rails through her fake tits. Same girl wanna go and get a facelift. Bet you're running round in circles doing same shit. You know I'm working myself to the bone. Betting the good Lord's watching. Betting on silver but praying for gold. Looking for lessons the good Lord taught me. The good Lord taught me. Oh, baby, don't you wanna see me for who I am? I'm only 25, but she looking for 30s. Big bag, call it Birkin. Big man see me working. They big mad when she leaving with me. 25, but she looking for 30s. Big bag, call it Birkin. Big man see me working. They big mad when she leaving with me. Ay. No. Well, I don't really give a damn.
I'm David James without the double O. If she wanna play, I ran up pick and roll. Hit you with that demon flow. Why you always stuck up on the same shit? A home run right now, you look like a basic. You big man, I could see the way you pacing. Why you always gotta treat me like I'm basic? Playing with my heart, I hit you in the veins. I been going crazy. Fuck me like you wanna have my baby. Cause baby, you just like my shot, I never chase it. To give me time, I give you time and I won't waste it. I know you and I know you big mad. I can see the way you pissing. Why the fuck you treat me like I'm basic? Only 24, but I'm sitting on 30. Chip shot like a birdie. I be getting to it early. We getting to it in a hurry.
I'm only 25, but she looking for 30s. Big bag, call it Birkin. Big man see me working. They big mad when she leaving with me. I'm only 25, but she looking for 30s. Big bag, call it Birkin. Big man see me working. They big mad when she leaving with me.
Yes, sir. Doo-Wop says, them on my soul, Santa Maria in sessions hit different. That's a fact. Hootie also says, Jay and OG is a cold combo. That's also a fact. That's OG David James on Jay Riley's track 25, which is available now on all streaming platforms. Make sure you add it to your playlists and libraries. I dropped their info in the chat, so give them a follow. Let them know where you heard it first. Angelo the Prater says, Shorty is one of my favorites, man. You and me both, my friend. Every time I hear his music, I be in the studio making the music with him, and still when I hear it, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is crazy. Crazy. Every time I hear Shorty rap, I feel like that. Let's take it to Oxnard. This is Mark 40. It's called Oxnard Made on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
I control my destiny, fuck your tarot deck, the barrel tech. Lay a couple arrows, get your barrel wrecked. Ox City rockin' childhood, plus a thoroughbred, thorough sex. Menage a trois, I'm ready for the world next. Residing in the west, apparel fresh. A feral dog off the leash, so this beat was my therapy session. Luxurious cloth, the sparrow wet. Dying swinging like a flex, big illustrious off the feral net. I twist the doobie, split for loose leaf. Hoes around me looking Afro-Latina, a Christiana Gucci, bad and bougie, please excuse me. 2013 acquired a camera, so life has been a movie. Wasn't always fancy, in and out of jail. Had a couple close calls, but I ain't talking about that cell. Had a couple sleepless nights, contemplating in that cell. Self-doubt, closest thing to hell, but in the end I prevailed. It was fun, blazing through the past. Sun rays beaming down, familiar warmth through the glass. 40 blunts to the...
Hi, Angelo. Thank you for joining, man. We appreciate you.
Couple haters mad cause Young 40 got a bag. Look, but back on Clover Ave before the pros and rollers passed. Them niggas called me Dolo Bad. Took a loss, they got the stash. Got it front and back, gotta help me polo that. Now we riding solo on the money tree cul-de-sac. In different boroughs, they say they sound thorough, and WP reached out to me from the other side around the world. The money tree, nigga. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
40.
That's Mark 40 out of Oxnard, California. That one is called Oxnard Made on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. We're going to play one more tonight, and this is my guy. I think he's in the chat still. He goes by the name Mind Off. It's featuring Jamie. We're playing this record like crazy up here in Slow. We might need Mind Off to come here and do a show because every time we drop this shit in the club, it goes crazy. This is called Jesus on CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. Big Rated Dom, what's good?
Mind Off, let's go.
Jesus, that girl needs some Jesus. The way she taught me how she's always leaving me speechless. Mode Anita's on my weakness. Bitches in my DMs. Got a pretty guy cause she sucked me like a demon. Christ, that girl needs some Christ. The way she throw it back, I'ma need to hit it twice. Big booty is my vice. Can't believe my eyes. Ass so fat, gotta keep her as a side. Blow her back out and tell that bitch she'll walk it off. We been going around, she said, Alec, you just showing off. She never had it this good, had to give her some. Now she texting all of her friends, cause her dick was bomb. Go and get it on, just call me Donkey Kong. Tiger Woods in this bitch, get a hole in one. Ain't no competition, cause I'm 2 to none. Ain't no competition, cause I'm 2 to none. Why the bad bitches always gotta be so much work? All the fights and the drama that they start is absurd. I'm just trying to get some pussy, baby, not the last word. All the extra shit you got me doing just to see me work. Finna get curved, I don't need a snack, I need an entree and the whole dessert. Finna get curved, Jesus, that girl needs some Jesus. The way she taught me how she's always leaving me speechless. Mode Anita's on my weakness. Bitches in my DMs. Got a pretty guy cause she sucked me like a demon. Christ, that girl needs some Christ. The way she throw it back, I'ma need to hit it twice. Big booty is my vice. Can't believe my eyes. Ass so fat, gotta keep her as a side.
Baby, wanna see this freaky geek? You're so good, daddy, let me come and give you a treat. Dancing on you, baby, and it's so fun. Wanna throw money on me like I'm working so hard in the club. After this, we gon' need some Jesus. Banging body in your face, best believe it. Praying on your knees, and I like it when you're begging me, please.
Big dick energy, thought he's wanting love from me. Hitting bones with a key, bachelor of a century. In her head, rent free, living in her memory. The ladies don't forget me, what I do is exemplary. Boom, bada bang, make her pussy sing. Boyfriend caught her fucking in the pool with a king. She just wanna make love, now she getting pregnant. If you really want it, baby, why didn't you just say so? Jesus, that girl needs some Jesus. The way she taught me how, she's always leaving me speechless. Motor needers on my weakness. Bitches in my DMs, got a pretty guy cause she sucked me like a demon. Christ, that girl needs some Christ. The way she throw it back, I'ma need to hit it twice. Big booty is my vice, can't believe my eyes. Ass so fat, gotta keep her as a side.
Yes, sir, that's the homie Mind Off out of Thousand Oaks, California, featuring the homegirl Jamie out of Ventura, California. That's called Jesus. He produced and mixed and mastered that joint himself. That shit's going crazy. Every time I play it in the club, that joint knocks. What'd he say, yo? He said, bada boom, bada bing, make the pussy sing. Man, boyfriend got a fucking in the pool with a king. He a fool for that one. Yo, OG David James, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. 815, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. My name is Lord Sanctus, your host for CTC Radio. We're the only radio station committed to the coast, playing 805 hip-hop and R&B every Monday through Friday night at 8 p.m. I really want to thank the Mizza for coming on tonight, dropping all those jewels, those fire-ass stories about Mariah Carey, Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. I think that shit's so fire. Like, I love hearing historical, culturally significant stories like that, and I appreciate your energy and your time. So make sure you give Damizza a follow, Damizza. And if you missed any portion of the interview, you can check it out tomorrow on YouTube. Our YouTube link is in our Instagram bio, so you can tap the link in our bio and give us a sub. Angelica Gagliano 4, thank you for joining. Yeah, as always, shout out to our sponsors. W Takes All, the dopest hip-hop open mic competition in the world. Happens to be based on the coast. We'll be back Thursday night with a new battle, a new opportunity for artists to win some money, so tap in there. Shout out to Minority Streetwear. Make sure you give them a follow. And if you're in the Santa Barbara or Ventura areas, that you stop by their boutique, get your drip right, and tell them who sent you. And as always, Solo Dolo, what's good? Thank you for joining. As always, this show is brought to you by The Source SLO. Visit thesourceslo.com for all your cannabis needs, especially if you're in San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, or Kern counties. They deliver all over those 3 counties, and you can get 25% off if you use the promo code CTC25. The Real Trap Guy, what's happening, sir? Thank you for joining. And then more than anything, yo, we need your help. We just launched our Fortnite game. Our Fortnite private island is live in Fortnite right now. So when I get out of here, you will see the island code. I'll leave that up for a little bit so you can take a screenshot. Tap in that. If you play Fortnite, just type in that island code and you can play our island called LuxxXtopia. And we'll be adding 805 musicians, music to the island sooner than later. But we really need your feedback and we need a lot of players in there. So please, if you're a gamer, if you're on Fortnite, check out LuxxXtopia Island. That's what we built, and we're super excited about it because I think we're the only ones in the game doing this. And then I have a big announcement coming soon. I just actually got a job at a crazy company, so I'll be announcing that very, very soon. And I'm really excited about that. A lot of things happening out here on the coast. So we'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Pacific time. And on Wednesday, I have adult content creator Deja Marie coming through. I'm really excited to chop it up with her. She's from Santa Barbara, California. She's fine as hell, and she's out here making moves, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna chop it up with her for a little bit. R. Fernandezo, thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you can. Okay, cool. I'm out of here. My name's Lord Sanctus. Please make sure you give CTC a follow if you're not following us already. And when you see this Fortnite code, take a screenshot and play the game. Let us know what you think about it. All right, everybody, have a good night. I will see y'all soon. Peace. Look, and this is our Fortnite game right here. So the island code is 7088-3726-6161. Once again, that's 7088-3726-6161. 6161. Be among the first to play our Fortnite experience. Get on that leaderboard early, and there could be some extra rewards in it for you. So hopefully tomorrow when I hop on, you guys have played and you'll let me know what you think about the experience. But I'm really excited for everybody to get their hands on it. So once again, in Fortnite, enter island code 708837266161 and yeah, play our game. Everybody have a good night. Peace.
I just turn off the lights.
Yeah.